Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and if you are brand new here, welcome. I'm Bonnie, Old Soul Mermaid, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing of some sorts, but this time it's going to be a deck and a book because they go together. They're sold together. Now this is a new release, fairly new release, and it is the Tarot. Connect with yourself, develop your intuition, live mindfully by Tina Gong. Now, Tina Gong, I think she runs the site or she creates for labyrinthos.com, and they're kind of an educational website, but they have an app, but they also produce cards. I think they have a Thoth inspired deck, a Marseille, which I think is sold out right now, and they are right now for pre-order is an RWS inspired deck, which you're going to see a version of it that comes with this book. So I'm going to pull those out, the cards out at the end. But right now we're going to take a look at the book. And this is a Barnes & Noble exclusive. Now, I don't know if you have Barnes & Noble overseas if you are watching it. But I know I haven't found this on Amazon. So you might have to look maybe at your local bookshops. Find where do a search in your area. Maybe if this appeals to you, where you can find this. Because I know well, Barnes & Noble, there must be an overseas equivalent. I just don't know what it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, as you can see, it's a hard book, and it's by those DK Publisher. I know that I bought a lot of DK books for my kids. You know, they're educational books on dinosaurs and animals and any subject under the sun. So this comes... and you can see a back, the examples of the cards. But right now, this slides out because the cards are kept in this. So I'm going to slide it out so it's going to be easier to look at the book. So we're going to put this off to the side for now. Now, on the back of the book, it says, find out how to customize, interpret, and apply the wisdom of tarot to enhance every area of your life, your career, finances, relationships, and more. Get to know each card in detail. Meet the magician who encourages you to trust in your abilities, connect with the nurturing instincts of the Empress, feel the confidence of the Chariot, and explore the meanings of each card for you. Discover how tarot readings can illuminate your unique path and lead to tangible, positive actions that you can apply to your day. Let tarot guide you on your journey to self-knowledge and self-fulfillment. And they also, it looks like DK Publishers also put out a book on astrology and dreams as well. And I think I did see those there. And I was first turned on to this book by Danny Mystic here on YouTube. I recently did an unboxing of her newly created deck, the Mystic Masters. And I will link her video below also. Okay, so let's look at this book. Connect with yourself, develop intuition, live mindfully. So nice matte pages. So table of contents, you have a foreword, Tarot Through the Ages, Tarot and Mindfulness, Reading Tarot, The Anatomy of a Deck, Tarot Spreads, there's a number of them here, and also something about creating your own spreads. Then you go into the majors and minors, and examples of real-life readings, Celtic Cross, Relationship Dynamics, New Venture, Conflict Resolution, Relationship Dynamics, Self-Care, Dream Interpretation. All right, so I like that it says down here, I'm just looking at this, the paper is from recyclable sources. So that is good. and it is a 2020 publication. So there's a little bit with her foreword. When I was a child, I used to spend my days playing with fierce dragons, exploring the vast reaches of the solar system, and performing songs for a kingdom of various toy animals. All of us have participated in variations of this when we were younger, but as we grow up, we learn to leave this fantastical world of imagination behind. How true. Tarot through the ages. She goes through tarot as a game, divinatory tarot, tarot and occultism, tarot and the psyche. She mentions Jung, tarot and mindfulness. Tarot is a psychological tool, rituals, communication with the tarot. And then she goes into the anatomy of a deck. So the major arcana, and then she puts the cards into categories. So the conscious would be the magician, the high priestess, the empress, the emperor, the hierophant, the lovers, the chariot, the unconscious, strength, hermit, wheel of fortune, justice, the hanged man, death, temperance, the superconscious, the devil, the tower, the star, the moon, the sun, judgment, the world. The minor, and then she goes into minor arcana and numerology. The aces, the twos, the, so on and so forth. And then the suits and the elements. The court cards. So she lists the pages as children, the knights as adolescents, queen, mothers, kings, fathers. A little bit about reversals. How to read the cards. So choosing a spread, how to phrase questions. Questions focused on the seeker, focused on taking action, and also focused on the present. She gives you examples. Shuffling the cards, set your intention, draw the cards, relate each card to the spread position. This is a fantastic book for a beginner. And if you have, so far what I'm getting from this, if you have a beginner on your Christmas list, this would be a fantastic, fantastic resource. Breaks it down, not so, fluffy, esoteric language from what I'm looking at, but very in-depth, and you get, some starter cards. So an example of 3-card spreads for daily check-in, decision-making, guidance and evaluation, goal, progress. The classic Celtic cross spread. This is a zodiac spread right here. And she gives, each position of the card to a correspondence in the zodiac. Relationship spreads, conflict resolution here, dynamics here. This is fantastic. Work, so career reflection, new venture. Spiritual spread. So this one's for dream interpretation, one for self-care. Oh my gosh. You guys, and this was, it depends. If you have a Barnes & Noble card, I think it's on sale for about $20.99. Otherwise, it's $25.99. My book, I got a 20% discount because this was separated from the book. And I think, I had to put it together. And so I said, can you give me anything for that? And she goes, yes, I will give you something off of that, so I don't have to put it back together again. Here is a bit for creating your own spreads, and then we go into the major arcana, and look how much you get. Full color picture, that's going to be bigger than the card. Upright, reverse, keywords, then you get interpretations for upright, reverse, reflection, And then action, explore new territories and let go of expectations for the uprights. And then for the action in the reverse, it's address your fears, confront the unknown. This is fantastic. This is so good for a beginner. And even if you're not beginner, I think this is, you know, I always, even if something is supposed to be beginning literature, you always get something new because everybody has their own little perspective on the cards, and you can nitpick and cherry pick from whomever what you like and what you know, leave behind what you don't, or what you can't use, or what doesn't resonate. Well, I see for the action in the reversals and also in the upright, this part, this lower part for action, it's different in each of the cards. So it's focused, the action is tailored to each card, which is really good. So you're getting an example of some of the cards. So let's take a look at the minors. All right, so we go into the minors, and I like that you're not getting any less information for the minors. She's not really skimping on the minors. You get a same amount for the interpretation, the reflection, you get some action. So this is really, really wonderful. The paper is nice and matte. And let's go. I'm just going to flip. I think the cards go all the way to the end. Yes. So let's look at the King of Pentacles right here. Just so you get a little bit of a feeling for the writing. So the interpretation for the upright, the king has always been determined and industrious even as a child. Now he is a self-made man who has built an empire from his passions. He has learned that wealth cannot buy true happiness, but it can buy freedom, safety, and comfort for himself, his family, employees, and community. He trusts, cares, and pays his workers well. In turn, they are loyal and admire his leadership. Now let's go for the reversal in the interpretation. In reverse, the king has fallen on hard times. He made risky business decisions that led him to ruin. He becomes stingy both in his material and emotional life. He dislikes spending money, effort, or feeling on himself or others. Relationships become transactional, and his family feels dull, cold, and distant. He has lost his vitality, now sickly in body and spirit. I like this. So that's just to give you a little interpretation of the writing. So let's take a look at the card. So it has this little package. So you get a little overview right here. So these were made exclusively for Barnes & Noble. Tina Gong is a tarot enthusiast, designer, and entrepreneur based in New York. She has designed a number of successful tarot decks, as I just told you, and has a large online following for her expert advice on using tarot and self-development. And that is Labyrinthos. I will leave a link in the description box. Tarot gives you a mirror to reflect on your life and time and space to pause and evaluate the path you are taking. So yes, she's head of the Labyrinthos Academy. Oh, I don't want to like totally rip it. So it's oh, I didn't want that to stick, but okay. So this looks like it's kind of a diamond pattern here. Okay, so you lift I think the cards are supposed to be nestled in here. Yes. So I think in the book, it's supposed to be this way or this way. Yeah, it's supposed to fit in like that. But it's probably going to go in a bag, so... Let me see if these are in order. I'm going to take them out of their little sleeves and I'll be right back. I'm going to make sure that these are in order. Okay, I am back. The cards were a little bit out of order, so I just rearranged them. And here we are. Now here's that nice sort of a diamond pattern back here. Now, I will say, as far as cardstock, it is, of course, not the best, but I didn't expect it to be. Since this was coming in a kit, and the main thing is the book. So, the main focus was put on the book. This would feel very close to the Antique Anatomy. Papery without a core, but I think this might even be a little more sturdy than the Antique Anatomy. If you have that deck, you can kind of gauge a tiny bit more sturdy than that. But it is papery and without a core. So I know that they are up for now on the Labyrinthos site. There's a pre-order for this deck that's going to come in a clamshell box. The edges are going to be lovely, holographic, gilded, and it looks beautiful. And I'm really, you know, I think I might get that deck. But all right, let's turn these over and take a look. So this is vector art, and oops, sorry about that. I just knocked my phone. The Fool. The Magician. Now I like how this is reflected, you know, the reflection of as above, so below. I really like that. The High Priestess. Now what I'm getting from this deck already, it's minimalistic, but you have, you know, the symbology you need. So yes, if you are a beginner, this is a great beginner deck. That's not heavily esoteric, but does have enough symbology. If maybe you've started out with the RWS, maybe the RWS isn't, you're not resonating with it, this would be a great alternative. The Lovers, and I like this because it's very gender neutral, you know, with just the silhouettes. It could be whatever you want. The Chariot. I do like how the horses are looking at each other. Strength. Now, yes, what I'm getting from this deck is that it's very neutral. So it looks like, I like this Hermit, that it would be good for all kinds of readings, is what I'm picking up from this deck, but that will remain to be seen. I like that Justice has her third eye opened. So the Hangman has some religious symbology here. The snake and the cross. Death. So a stripped down version of the RWS, but I think I like this devil. I'm really liking it. You know, I'm one who loves collage decks and some busy imagery, but I do appreciate a stripped down, you know, stripped down artwork as well. The Star. Okay, I'm going to pick this up a little bit. The moon, the sun. I do like this Judgment card. The world. Okay, we are now at the wands. And the wands have a slightly different, well, brighter color palette in the background. Peaches, orange, 2, 3 of wands, the 4, so you get everything you need. The 5, so very RWS based. The 6 of wands, there he stands in a triumphant pose. 7 of wands, 8 of wands, 9 of wands, 10 of wands, page, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands. You know, sometimes you do like that silhouette, so you don't have to worry, the creator doesn't have to worry about leaving anybody out as far as diversity. Ace of Cups, the 2 of Cups, the 3 of Cups. A little bit different with these 2 here in the forefront. Actually, the shading, so she's the darkest, a little less dark, and then she's kind of more faded out. It's interesting. 4 of Cups. This reminds me a lot with the silhouettes of Stephen Bright's tarot deck, which I have. Is that, oh gosh, what's the name of it? Is it the Spirit Within Tarot? I think that's right. 5 of Cups. And I do like that deck quite a bit, but I can't remember the name, I guess. Not enough to remember the name. 6 of Cups. 7 of Cups. The 8. There's a lot of this position kind of bowing over in the you know, somewhat rougher cards. You know, we saw a little bit of that in the 10 of Wands. Head and hands. The 9 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. Some of the cards are a little bit pippish, but it's illustrated pip, so I don't mind because you get something extra and not just pips. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. Queen of Cups. This one looks very princessy or queenish. King of Cups. And now we are in the swords. I thought that the color palette might change a little bit, but we're going to stick with the blues and grays. So here's the pops of orange. I guess the 2 of Swords. the traditional Three of Swords, Four of Swords. This looks more of a position of, instead of just rest, more of, you know, again, that position of despair. I get a little bit more despair than rest and recoup. But you know, this is like the position of many marathoners after they finished a marathon. So I guess it depends on the way you interpret it. Five of Swords. The Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. So instead of her carrying off a bunch of swords, she only has one, and the rest of them are standing upright. It's different. The Eight of Swords. Good that the, oops, sorry, it's the UPS man who's pulling up. The swords are behind her instead of around her. The Nine of Swords, again, that position. 10 of Swords. Page of Swords. The Knight. Queen of Swords. King of Swords. Simon. Sorry about that. The Ace of Swords. I'm sorry. I can't read. It's the Ace of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. So it looks like this is the Three of Pentacles. The color palette only really changes with the wands. The other three in the suits are very similar. Blues, grays with a hint of the orange. Five of Pentacles. Again, this position. Six of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. The 10. I like this 10 of Pentacles. I love the hands joined. The little boy. Is that a dog or a cat? It looks like a dog. It's very sweet. The Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. The Queen. And the King. So not a lot of difference in the kings and queens. He looks a lot like the wands, the King of Wands. I'm going to look. Yeah, he's exactly the same. Except holding out, he's holding out a pentacle and he is holding out a baton or wand. And the background's different, of course. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. See, I was thinking about getting this deck, pre-ordering this deck so that it comes in the nicer version. Let's see. These cards are already slightly bowed. They will be easy. If you're a riffle shuffler, they'll be, you see that? I don't know if my deck was returned, maybe, because it was the only book in card set in the store, and it was a little bit disarray. That's why I got the discount on it. But that's okay, because, you know, we could all use a beater, a set of cards that isn't too precious, you know, for study or carrying around. This would be a great deck to carry around in a little bag when, you know, we can meet with people someday, very soon, when we can meet with people, whip out our cards, read for people, or read for ourselves out in the park. You know, it's nice to have a deck like this that isn't too precious. Now, I think that the book is fantastic. I'm going to have a lot of fun delving into the book. And like I said, this is it has a great neutral feel to it that, you know, won't offend anybody, will not leave anybody out because of the artwork, the way it's done in silhouette. There's no blood and guts. It's fairly neutral, you know. So it could be one of those great all-around decks. I'm just going to pull a card for fun to see what my relationship with this deck will be. And they need a little bit of working in, but there is, yeah, no core in the center of these cards. So what is my relationship with this deck? What will be my relationship with this deck? The moon. Oh my goodness. I like that. Lots of layers to uncover, I'm getting. It could either be it's undetermined due to how I will choose to work with the book and the deck and how often I use to work with it, how much work I want to put into it. So it will depend. To be determined. Very interesting. I am excited, you guys. I am very, very excited. This book is exciting me. The deck is exciting me. I will leave the links to getting the book here in the US, and also where you can pre-order the indie version of this deck and other decks. The other decks on the site look fantastic. I know that the Marseille version of this deck is very, very popular, and maybe I'll leave an unboxing to that deck as well. There's a couple of Lenormand decks on the site. There's a Lenormand deck that matches this art, and this art is also used more or less in the Marseille deck as well, but it's different in the Thoth deck. Thoth, potato, potato. You know, honestly, you guys, I hear people saying Thoth or Thoth. Notables, so I don't know what it is. So let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know in the comments what you think of this deck and this book. I think it is a fantastic find, especially if you are a beginner, if you know a beginner, and even if you're not a beginner. I just like the idea of getting somebody else's view on the on the cards. And the little snippet that I read, I do like the writing very much. So this is a little sample of how they look together. It is a very muted, very, very, very muted color palette. But, you know, sometimes that's nice. Sometimes that's comforting. Sometimes that's what you want or need. Nothing quite so jarring. So the little pop of color when they do come out is nice. Okay, let me know in the comments, do you have this book? Is it on your radar? Do you think you'll be going out to get it? You know, great beginner day. I would highly recommend this just at first glance for a gift. Somebody you know who may want to start exploring tarot, that may not, you know, that the RWS Pixies art may not resonate with. Somebody who has, you know, right off the bat, a more modern aesthetic and who likes things in the more modern, minimalistic vein. I think this is a fantastic choice. Really nice set, really good value for the money. All right, y'all, that is all I have for you today. I will be back very, very soon with another unboxing or tarot topic or a look at my collection. And I hope you all have the most wonderful of days. Bye for now.